problem 14. Here, what if the two capacitors of problem 13, in the problem 13 we have C1 equals to 5 microfarad and C2 equals to 12 microfarad are connected in series. In this case, we have a battery here of 9 volt, and here we have, in this case, C1 and C2 are connected in series. Before the calculation, you know, if C1 and C2 are in series, in this case we can say Q equivalent equals to Q1 plus Q2. C equivalent, we can say 1 over C equivalent equals to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2, or we can say C equivalent equals to C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Okay. Also, what about delta V? Delta V equivalent, or we can say delta V here, which is equal to 9 volt. Delta V equivalent equals to delta V1 plus delta V2. Okay, this one equals to 9 volt. Okay, we come to the exercise. First of all, I have to find the equivalent capacitance. Part A. Equivalent capacitance, we can apply C equivalent equals to C1 times C2 equals to 5 times 12. Here we have micro times micro equals to 10 minus 12 farad divided by 5 plus 12 equals to 17 micro 10 minus 6 farad. We get finally 3.53 microfarad. This is part A. Part B, I have to find the potential difference. Part B, I can find delta V across each capacitor, delta V1 and delta V2. And part C, I have to find the charge Q1 and Q2. Okay, you can find, in the case of a series capacitor, we have, no, here we have a 4. This one is not right. In the case of a series capacitor, Q equivalent equals to Q1 equals to Q2. Okay. Here I want to find, first of all, part C. I can find Q1 and Q2. After this, we can find delta V1 and delta V2. I said Q equivalent equals to Q1 equals to Q2, and Q equivalent equals to equals to C equivalent times delta V, which is equal to 9 volt, because here we have C equivalent is connected to delta V, which is 9 volt. So, and here we have Q equivalent. So Q equivalent equals to C equivalent times delta V. Okay, this one equals to Q equivalent equals to Q1 equals to Q2. So C equivalent equals to 3 point. Okay, we can say Q equivalent equals to 3.53 microfarad times delta V 9 volt. So we can have 31.8 microcoulomb. This is the value of Q1 and Q2. Okay, when I get the value of Q1 and Q2, we can find easily the difference of potential through C1 and C2. You know, C1 equals to Q1 divided by delta V1 and C2 equals to Q2 divided by delta V2. We have Q1 and we have C1. We find delta V1, which is equal to Q1 divided by C1 equals to Q1 31.8 microcoulomb divided by C1 equals to 5 microfarad. The answer will be 6.35. The unit will be volt. And delta V2 equals to Q2 divided by C2 equals to 31.8 microcoulomb divided by C2 12 microfarad. The answer will be 2.65 volt. Okay.